Hello students, today we are going to study about the important concepts regarding the database. So in this particular video, we'll understand what is data, what is database management system. So first we'll start with the data. What is data? So data is a collection of distinct small unit of information. So any type of information which is very in a small unit, so all of it coming together is considered as data. It can be used in variety of forms like text, number, media, bytes, etc. It can be stored in pieces of paper or electronic memory. So you know that in previous years we used to use a register. So we used to enter all the data in that. It was a total human work. Nowadays we use an electronic device like mobile, like your computer to enter the data. So any type of storage of information which you do in your book or in the paper with the help of electronic device is considered as data. So word data is originated from the word datum, that means a single piece of information. So datum means a single piece of information. So from this particular word, a data word is being derived. It is a plural of the word datum. In computing, data is information that can be translated into a form of efficient movement and processing. So, whenever you process your data, then your data becomes efficient and then it gets converted into information. So, data is interchangeable. So, you can process the data anyhow, however you want it. So, every time your data is changing, it never remains constant. Next is, what is database exactly? So a database is an organized collection of data so that it can be easily accessed and managed. So whenever you have a data, that data should always be organized, and that organized data is called as database. So the work of database is what? To keep the data in a well organized manner so that you can access it anytime and you have to manage it properly. It is a collection of interrelated data which helps in efficient retrieval, insertion, deletion of the data from database and organizes the data in the form of table, views, schemas, reports and etc. For example, a university database organizes the data about the student, faculty, admin staff, etc., which helps in efficient retrieval, insertion, and deletion of a data. So, if we take an example of an university, a university has its own database. So, whenever a student takes an admission in a university, his data is being inserted in the database. And whenever the student is pass out from that university from the final year, then the data of that student is being updated, that he is an ex student. So this is how the data is keeping on, the same data of that particular student keeps on updating as the years go ahead. So it organizes data into tables, rows, columns, indexes to make it more easier and to find the relevant information. So the data is always organized with the help of tables. So inside the tables there are several rows and columns which makes the data to be well organized. A database handler creates a database in such a way that one set of the software program provides access of data to all the users. So the work of database handler is to provide the access of the database to all the users. If a college is keeping its data on its server, then all others should get a view of that data. So that is also a work of database handlers. The main purpose of database is to operate large amount of information like storing, retrieving and managing data. So whenever you have a large amount of information and you cannot enter and keep the record manually, then you can use the database. So with the help of database, you can store the data, you can retrieve the data, as well as you can manage the data. Now we will see more important things related to database. So there are many dynamic websites on the World Wide Web nowadays which are handled through the database. For example, a model that checks the availability of rooms in the hotel. It is an example of dynamic website that uses a database. So whenever you want to go for some trip or some traveling purpose, then you are checking on your mobile, going on different websites like Trivago. Okay, so when you visit to those websites, then you see the hotels, you check the availability of room. So why, from where you get the information? You get the information from the database. So there are many database available in the market, the like MySQL, Sybase, Oracle, MongoDB, Informix, PostgreSQL, SQL Server. So these are all the database softwares which are available in the market, and the company or any type of organization, enterprise uses this database to enter and feed the data. Whenever you have lots of options like social media online, you have Facebook, you have WhatsApp, you have another Instagrams. So whenever you chat, you share your information, you share your post, all those informations can be retrieved anytime. So all these things are stored inside the database. So the modern database are managed by the database management system, that is DBMS. SQL or structured query language is used to operate on the data stored in the DBMS. SQL depends on relational algebra and tuple related to calculus. So the cylindrical structure is used to display the image of the database. So this is how the icon which is shown in this particular slide is the cylindrical structure of the database. Now why is the need of database? We are listening database throughout the video, but why we are needing this database? So database is used in our day to day life. We need it in our day to day life to make our work more easier. So the people use phone diary or phone book which contains the name, address and email ID or phone number, etc. Doctor maintains medical history of the patient, librarian maintains record of their book details issued, and teacher keeps the record of the students like name and roll number and marks. In these are the examples that everyone has to maintain a record in a systematic manner. So in a computer system, we always maintain our records, and at that point a database is very useful. So whenever you want to write any phone number, you write the phone number in and you find the phone number in the phone dictionary. Okay, now if a doctor has to maintain the record of his patient, he should know whether the patient has arrived before or he has arrived first time. He should know the history of the patient. So to maintain the record of the patient, he requires a database. Even a librarian, he has thousands of books in his library and thousands of visitors who are going to visit the library daily. So he cannot remember and he cannot enter all these things manually. So to check the availability, whether the book is available or not, which date the book was issued, when is the return date, all this information needs to be stored in the database. Even a teacher, she takes an exams in a year, several times of exams, and there are so many students in a class. So she has to maintain the record of all these students. So that work can also be done with the help of database. So a computer system, any type of data base work when you do on a computer system, you require a database like SQL, PostgreSQL, Access. There are so many applications available in the market. So data versus information. So data are the facts and statistics collected in the raw form for reference or analysis. So any type of data which is not processed, which is in the raw format, is called as data. And what is information? It is a processed data. Whenever a data is processed, it gets converted into an information. So these are the figures which indicates that all the data, when they get processed, then you get a useful or meaningful information out of it. Let us see the difference between the data and information. So data is derived from the Latin word datum, and information is derived from the word informare. Data is totally a raw fact which is not processed at all, and information is what? It is a totally processed data. Data is meaningful, or it may not have any meaning also. Okay, it may not have any sense also, but information is always having a meaning, it always has a sense. Input to any system may be treated as data, and output after processing in a system is information. So whenever you want the computer should perform 10 plus 20, so 10 and 20 is your data. Okay, and after processing the addition, that is 10 plus 20, the answer 30 is your information. So input can always be a data, but output which you get is always an information. Understanding is very difficult in the case of data. You cannot understand the data, you cannot make any type of decision, you cannot take based on data. But understanding a information is very easy. Okay, you can easily understand and you can take a decision on it. Suppose you have the marks of students of all the subjects, but with the help of those marks you cannot you if one subject marks is missing, you cannot understand that who is the first ranker and who is the last ranker. But if you maintain the same data in a proper manner with all the subjects, with the roll numbers, then you calculate the total and you find out the percentage, then it is very easy for you to understand, you get an information. So data is never in an order. Okay, so data can be up, down, anyhow. Okay, but your information should always be in an order. So your information should always start with 1 2 3 4, and it should always have a specific order. So example of the data is survey data, and example of information is census report. So what is database management system? So any user which communicates to the database interface for the efficient and faster way to fulfill his requirement goes first to the database management system. So different programs to insert, delete, update and query database for the information, and then the data comes into a picture. Okay, so first the user, he enters the query, then the DBMS executes the query, and then the changes are done in your database where the data is present. So this is how your database management system exactly works. So what is a database management system? It is a large integrated collection of data. When a large amount of data comes together in so many rows, so many columns inside a table, and when so many tables comes together, it forms a database, and all this large collection of data base consists of DBMS. Okay, so DBMS consists of entities and relationships. So it is a software package which is designed to store and manage your data. So why to use DBMS? We should always use DBMS for data independence, for efficient access. Okay, to reduce the application development time, for data integrity, for data security, uniform data administration, concurrent access, recovery from crashes. So any type of problem, addition, deletion, subtraction, any type of retrieval, changes, whatever you want to do, so that can be done easily. Your data can be stored in a centralized manner, in an integrated manner. So the data should be secured. So that all things are done with the help of database management system. So how you can do this? By entering a query. Whenever you write a query of select, update, insert, create, so this query you have to write in an application which supports your database management system, and then it goes to the DBMS, then operating system, and then finally to the database. So what are the applications of database? So your database management system is used in the railway reservation. So whenever you want to reserve any ticket for traveling through railway, then you basically use database over there, so that you can understand the arrival time, the departure time, whether the tickets are available, how many tickets are left. Okay, all these things you can get an information about it. Next is library management system, which is already discussed in this video. Then next is banking system. So there are thousands of transactions which takes place daily, so maintaining the record of that is very difficult. So because of that, in the banking sector also, the DBMS is very much essential. Next is university and colleges. So that is already discussed, that so many students are present in an university and college which has an unique ID for the examination. So it is very difficult to maintain it manually. So for this also you require database management system. Next is credit card transactions. So when you sit at home, you can easily do a transaction from your devices. So maintaining those transactions, you require a big database management system which will give you all the details about the transaction activities. And last is social media sites. So you have so many Facebook where you can send so many messages, and all the messages can be retrieved whenever you require. So these are all the applications of database management system. Now we'll go through the advantages. So advantages: reducing data redundancy, sharing of data, integrity of data, security of data, privacy, backup and recovery, and development and maintenance. Now we'll see the advantages in more detail. So the first advantage is what? To reduce the redundancy and data inconsistency. So data is normalized in database management system to minimize the redundancy, which helps in keeping the data more consistent. This minimized redundancy is due to primary key and foreign key. So whenever you have a database management system, your data will not be redundant. Now what is data redundancy? Means a same data is copied so many times, you create a duplicate copy of it. So because of that, it creates a choice, it creates a confusion. So such type of thing is not done in database management system. Next is simplified data access. So a user need only the name of the relational, no, not exact the location to access the data. So this process is very simple. So because of DBMS, you can easily do the transactions and you can make it more flexible. Next is multiple data views. Different views of same data can be created to creator, and that needs of different users. So one database can be viewed by so many people, and all of them can do an access, or they can do the access of their data anytime whenever necessary. Next is data security. Only the authorized users are allowed to access the data in the DBMS. Also data can be encrypted by DBMS, which can make it more secure. So unauthorized person is not allowed. All the people who has the authority, who has the permission to access the database, only those people can view the database. So because of that, the data security is preserved. Concurrent access to the database. So data can be accessed concurrently by different users at the same time in the DBMS. So you can take an access of the data concurrently, means simultaneously at the same time. So many users can use the data at a time. There is total transparency between the users. Backup and recovery mechanism. DBMS backup and recovery mechanism helps to avoid data loss and data inconsistency in the case of catastrophic failures. So whenever there is a system failure, system crash, power failure, still the data is being recovered. There is a backup of your data always kept in the database. So these are all the advantages of DBMS. So thank you for watching. Do subscribe the channel.